Have you ever wondered why some people struggle to achieve financial success despite having all the education and intelligence in the world? That's because doing well with money is not just about what you know, it's also about how you act. We're often taught that money is all about numbers and formulas, but in real life, financial decisions are often made in messy and emotional situations. In the psychology of money, finance expert Morgan Housel introduces a revolutionary idea: understanding human behavior is the key to financial success. Housel believes that you don't need to be super smart or have a lot of education to succeed financially. Instead, you need to understand the psychology of money. The book teaches you why people fail to make money, how to create a financial plan that will work for you for a long time, and how to pay attention to the right information so you can make better decisions. This is the takeaway summary of the psychology of money, written by Morgan Housel, and welcome to CashCrush, the channel that simplifies finance without giving you a headache. We've got entertaining and informative videos on personal finance, investing, business, and economics, so sit back and relax. Get ready to crush your financial goals with us here at CashCrush. Why people fail to achieve financial success. Chance has a greater impact on our financial lives than we tend to acknowledge. Many people believe that financial success is mainly due to intelligence, hard work, or making the right decisions. However, luck and chance also play a significant role. For instance, Bill Gates became successful not only because of his intelligence and hard work, but also because he was in the right place at the right time with access to a computer when he was a teenager. Housel argues that we often try to imitate the most successful people to become wealthy, but copying what they did does not guarantee success because chance played a considerable role in their success. Instead, Housel suggests that we should focus on patterns rather than people. By observing the behavior of many wealthy people, we can identify common patterns that could lead to success. Being wealthy is different with being rich. Being wealthy means having a lot of money in the bank that you're not using but could use if you wanted to. Being rich means having a high income and being able to spend money on expensive items. The problem is that you can only tell if someone is rich by looking at how much they spend, but you can't tell if they're wealthy just by looking at them. This confusion leads many people to assume that being wealthy means being able to spend money as they wish. However, this behavior can lead to financial ruin because being wealthy requires self-control and not spending all your money. Knowing the difference between being rich and being wealthy is essential because we often learn by imitation. By understanding who to imitate and who not to imitate, we can protect our money and avoid financial mistakes. Understand why you want money. Money buys us control over our time. One of the main reasons money is valuable is because it buys us control over our time. This means that if we have enough money, we can choose what we do and when we do it, instead of being forced to work all the time. Housel says that having control over our time is really important for our happiness because it lets us do the things we really want to do and spend time with the people we care about. Unfortunately, many people don't have control over their time. They're always working or thinking about work, and they don't have enough time to do the things they really enjoy. This can make them unhappy. Housel suggests that we can become happier by having more control over our time and doing the things we really enjoy. Be happy with enough. Another important lesson about money is that we should be happy with enough. This means that we should be content with having the things we need and not always wanting more and more. Housel says that some people are never satisfied with what they have and they always want more. This can be dangerous because it can lead people to take unnecessary risks with their money and lose everything they have. To avoid this, Housel recommends that we learn to be happy with what we have and not always want more. This means that we should be satisfied with the lifestyle we have and not always try to make it more lavish or expensive. If we're always wanting more, we'll never be satisfied and we'll never be happy with what we have. So it's important to decide to be happy with what we have and not always want more. What to include in your financial strategy. Take advantage of compounding. Taking advantage of compounding means that the longer you invest your money, the more money you can make. This is because of something called compounding, which means that your returns build on top of previous returns to make even more money over time. So if you find investments that give you solid, consistent returns over a long period of time, you can potentially make a lot more money in the end. It's important to remember that how long you invest is actually more important than how much you make in any given year. This is because the longer you invest, the more time your returns have to compound, which can ultimately make you more money. Prioritize saving money. Saving money is also an essential part of planning for your financial future. This is because when you save money, you are putting aside money that you don't spend. This money can then be used to build your wealth over time. Saving money is also reliable and within your control, unlike other methods of building wealth such as investing or increasing your income. Additionally, saving money is an easier way to build wealth because it's much simpler to save money you already have than it is to try to make more money or get higher investment returns. Plan for things to go wrong. This means that you should be prepared for unexpected events that could impact your finances, like losing your job or unexpected medical bills. It's important to have a plan in place so that you can protect your finances and continue to work towards your financial goals, even if something unexpected happens. You can plan for unexpected events by avoiding putting all of your money at risk at once and having backup plans in place in case something goes wrong. How to create a financial strategy you can stick to. Expect your future goals to change. You need to expect your future goals to change. This means that even though you might have a plan for your money now, things could be very different in the future. For example, you might want to save money for a new car now, but in a few years, you might decide that you want to travel instead. It's important to be flexible and willing to change your plans as your goals change. Prioritize sense over logic. This means that even if something seems logical, it might not always make sense for you personally. For example, you might think that you need to make as much money as possible in your job to be successful. But if that job makes you really unhappy, it might not be worth it in the long run. Instead, you should choose a financial strategy that makes sense for you and your goals, even if it doesn't seem logical at first. One way to create a sensible financial strategy is to invest in companies you love. This might not make logical sense, since how you feel about a company doesn't necessarily affect how much money you will make. However, if you invest in companies you love, you are more likely to stick with your investment even if the company doesn't do well. This is because you care about the company and believe in it. In the long run, this could lead to more wealth for you. How to counter negative thinking. Don't be put off by uncertainty. You will experience uncertainty when investing in the stock market. However, this shouldn't put you off, as it is a necessary part of the process. Investing inherently includes some measure of uncertainty, and the higher the potential gain, the more uncertainty you will feel. For example, the longer you hold on to your stocks, the more money you can gain, but the longer you have to feel the uncertainty of not knowing exactly what will happen to your money. Housel recommends accepting uncertainty and not trying to time the market, as it is impossible to do so successfully. By accepting uncertainty and enduring the market long enough to let your returns compound, you can achieve long-term investing success. Even if you fail frequently, you can still succeed. Housel argues that nearly every successful financial venture owes its success to low-probability outlier events or luck. These events, when positive, compensate for a larger number of smaller setbacks a company might go through. Since we only pay attention to these outlier events and not to the failures they offset, we forget how rare they are and how common failure is. As such, we tend to overreact when failures inevitably happen. Housel recommends paying attention not to the extent or frequency of individual failures, but to the impact of your failures on your overall financial health. The outlier events in your life can offset the impact of many individual failures, so paying too much attention to how often you fail or the outcome of one investment paints an inaccurate picture of your financial health. Instead, pay attention to your overall financial health, as that's what matters. How to pay attention to the right financial information. Know your personal financial goals. Housel suggests that you know what financial goals are important to you personally, so that you don't end up chasing investment opportunities just because everyone else is. He warns against the herd mentality and emphasizes the need to make decisions based on your own goals and not someone else's. To discover your personal financial goals, Housel recommends writing a mission statement for your finances. This includes determining how long you'll invest your money and what you hope to achieve during that time. By doing this, you'll be able to ignore irrelevant information and make better decisions that are in line with your goals. When you have identified your financial goals, you'll be able to ignore information that is not relevant to them. This means you'll be able to focus on information that matters and make better decisions as you pursue your goals. So, to achieve financial success, you should pay attention to patterns instead of people. Look for the common patterns that lead to success. Don't confuse being rich with being wealthy, and make sure you're saving money and taking advantage of that sweet compounding action. Remember, having money gives you control over your time, but it's important to be content with what you have and not always crave more. By making smart choices and understanding how people tick, you can set yourself up with a solid financial plan for the long haul. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our latest videos. Goodbye.